The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, thinking you know when you don't know, sitting up here even quiet, but in your mind, you are supplanting yourself. Even in your mind, you are deceiving yourself, teaching yourself deception. Okay? So what? That's pride and arrogancy. And that's evil, man. Because you don't know the judgment of the Lord. You taking your own judgment. It says, and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. So that woman was very froward. She's froward against what she is as in nature, which is a woman. Weaker vessel. Somebody come and deal with her treacherously, and then what happens? She gonna be screaming, calling out this, that, and the other. She gonna die alone, right? Without knowledge. She might die still saying, hey, I am a man. I'm a tomboy, like what she said. And what's gonna happen? Hey, it's all gonna, what it say?
That's that folly Esau started too.
Come on, that's Ecclesiastes.
Tomboy, that's folly.
Con.
Where in the scriptures does it tell you to be a tomboy?
Nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? Tell you it's okay to act, oh, I still date men, but I just want to act like a man. Yeah. What man is looking for a woman that look like a man?
Come on, and they hide among us. They dress up like they're women, but they damn sure want to be a man, right? You know, it says, for him that is joined unto the living, there is hope. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 4. For to him that is joined unto the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. That's why that dog got to receive her blessing. Because, you know, they said, man, I ain't seen no faith like this. What Christ say about that? I ain't seen no faith. Yeah, man, as you know, you can have it. You know what I mean? Or was that? Yeah, that was what was said concerning that woman. Yeah, but even the dogs. Yeah. That was already for her time. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's go on. It says, for the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred. So this woman hating the words of the Most High God, refusing to hear wisdom, refusing to accept the knowledge, which she is a woman, the basics. You know what I mean? You are a woman, so act as a woman, okay? She's gonna die without that knowledge, but guess what? Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Okay, so what is that saying? That woman is gonna die with that foolish, wicked knowledge, familiar spirit. Okay, she's gonna die with that mess. Okay, and that's all that stuff is going to be passed away with. Okay, what you got?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 34. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So, it's called this generation vipers.
Yeah.
What is a viper? A venomous snake.
That's right.
Right? And she tried to come at us with her venom, speaking that poison, right? And no good things were coming out of her mouth, as the scripture says, right? For out of the abundance of the heart. So we know what was in her heart, man. She hate her brothers. She want to talk like the reason why she don't go, she's not with the Bible is because she's all about her people. But what her heart showed and what her words speaking is that she hate her brothers. Because if she loved her brothers, she would have humbled down and she would have heard the word.
And right? She idle anyway.
And then she would have been able to make a judgment after what she heard. But she didn't even hear the word, right? She immediately, I don't deal with that. I don't believe in no God, right? Well, why does my brothers believe in that? These are my brothers. I love my brothers. Let me hear what they have to say first, and then I can show them why they shouldn't believe in it. That would be more of a spirit of love, right?
Right.
But she had the spirit of hating her. Yeah. She hated her brothers, right? Verse 35. A good man out of good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. So a good man is gonna speak good things, man. What is a good thing? The scriptures. Right, the understanding of this word, that's a good thing, man. The scriptures speak to your defense. Me giving you that understanding that you Israel is a good thing, man. Yeah. Knowing that you are the Most High's chosen people, that's a good thing, man. Right? So that's what a good man is gonna bring forth. Not folly and madness. Not teach you how to make a couple of dollars. Not teach you how to go smoke some weed. Not teach you how to do things on the left-handed side. Right? A good man, a good woman gonna speak good things.
Yeah.
Verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by the words thou shalt be justified, and by words shalt thou be condemned. So in the day of judgment, man, every word that she spoke, everything she said, I don't believe in God, to hell with that book, and this, that, and other, every blasphemous thing that she said while she was here, she's gonna be condemned for it, man. Because she didn't speak good things. She spoke evil, poisonous things. So the Most High is gonna put that poison right back on her in the day of judgment, right? And I hasten for that day, man. I pray to the Most High God. Y'all really want to lay down these wicked so-called white people and these wicked so-called other nations, but I hasten for the day where I can lay down some of you wicked Negroes too, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
That's right, brother. And all praises to the Most High. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're looking forward to. It is a very troubling thing to look forward to wicked things, man. Things that serve no profit, right? Things that serve no profit. To hear all the day long the filthy conversation of the wicked, lying words that lead to your hurt. Why look forward to those days, right? Look at this, man. Madness. Okay, so this brother's talking about good. What did you say? Good things, right? By good brother.
Speaking good things. By good man speaking good things.
By good. I'm sorry. Yeah. By good man speaking. It says, like I think the brother pulled this earlier. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers.
I pulled Peter, but that goes right with us. The precept.
Okay, that was Peter. It said false accusers, incontinent, fierce. She was fierce. And she's supposed to be a woman. It says despisers of those that are good. We out here doing the good work, but she's despised that. And the same thing with all these protesters. You idle, man. That's why you stealing and murdering. Why in the midst of these protesting? Maybe not murdering, but you know, some of them might be, you know, looting. Some of you, Jake, might be out there looting. Okay? And that's the issue. Sorry.
Got the pool, little man? Going swimming?
So, that haters are those that do good. We out here standing in defense of our people, truly. To change the understanding that we have. If we had different understanding, we'd be in the house, going out only to do good. Okay? Being honorable among our, so that they'd say, what, these are wise and understanding people. Okay? These are wise and understanding people, meaning that they're gonna have to deal wisely with us. Not that they might receive shame and do right in turn, but so that they can, okay, well, let's go to the next thing. What else can we do against them? Then our oppression gonna come quickly, and then Yahweh gonna deliver us, right? Traitors, heady. So she the true traitor. She's the one that's a traitor. You know, it says heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh. You know, and women, it don't matter about how you dress. It don't matter, no, because you want to wear what you want to wear, do what you want to do, and you lovers of that pleasure. You count that pleasure to walk around here showing your body, not saving yourself for your husband, being a harlot, being amongst cucumbers, right? Being a harlot in this land, okay? And that's a pleasure for you. You see? Man, that's backwards, man. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away, right? So we don't even got to deal with it, right? You got something, bro?
Yeah. Cool. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed in strange apparel. And that's twofold, man. You know, because it's really going into, you know, in different doctrines as the woman was anyway. And it also goes twofold to wearing strange apparel, man, wearing abominable things. So
this man's rear finna come off his damn. Jake's stupid, bro. Out here trying to look at women, your car is like jacked up.
It's about to come off. What's going on, youngster?
What that wicked woman that was with you? She just went home?
Come here, man. Let me talk to you for a minute.
How you doing, brother?
Doing all right? Let me ask you a question, man. Like we were trying to talk to you that day. Where you from?
Yeah.
Where's your father from?
Yeah, he from.
So how old are you? 17. You ever apply for a job?
Yeah, I don't.
So when you apply for your job, when they ask you what nation you come from, where did you put? African American. All right, so that's not a nationality, right? So African American would be the name of two different continents, right? If you think about it, right? Africa is one continent, American is another continent, right? So when you look on the application, when you see a white man there, you just see Caucasian, right? It don't say Russian American, it don't say German American, it don't say anything, right? Just say Caucasian. When you look at for Asian, they say the same thing, just Asian. And they don't say Asian American, none of that, right? So we have to look at that and get some understanding on that, because why is it with us that we're the name of two different continents or a color, black, right? When you're clearly brown skin, right? You're not black. You're not like my shirt or like his shirt. You're brown skin, right? So why are we black or African American? Why are we Negro? Why are we all these different names instead of one nationality? It's an important thing. You understand what I'm saying? And you're young. It's an important thing for you to get it at this young age. You understand what I'm saying? And the main reason why they do this thing to us is because they're trying to hide who we actually are. See, what me and this brother are doing when we come out here day in and day out is we're trying to teach our people who we actually are. Because once we learn who we actually are, we can start to understand why we go through the things we go through, right? Why we go through, living in the hood or not having the money that we see the so-called white man with, or not having the things that we think that we should have, right? Because inside of you, I know you look at things like, man, I should have that, right? You feel that way inside of you, right? Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't have it, right? Well, there's an actual reason behind it, right? Let me give you like 3 or 4 scriptures, and you go ahead and handle your business. I want to show you something. Let me get 28 and 15. 3 or 4 scriptures, man. Let me show you something, all right? And then you can go ahead and do whatever you got to do.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 14.
15.
You said 15? It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee."
Okay, so 2 things I want to go over with that scripture for you. So for one, are you familiar with the story of Moses? You know who Moses is? So you know what Moses did? He brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? So this is Moses talking to the children of Israel after he brought them out of the land of Egypt, right? He's giving them commandments, right? And he said, if you don't keep these commandments, then, which means hearken means listen. If you do not keep these commandments, then all these curses are going to come upon you, right? Is curse a good thing or bad, or a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. It's a very bad thing, right? So let's get a couple curses. Let's do 16.
All right. "Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field."
So it say that you'll be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. When you look around the city of Houston, who are the people that are living in the lower state? They're what you would call cursed. What people is that? What nation? What color are they? Mostly black, right? You got Hispanics too. Look, we're in Greenspoint. Greenspoint is considered the hood, right? And in Greenspoint, you see nothing but black and Hispanics living in Greenspoint, right? Maybe a very small amount of so-called white people, but it's mainly black and Hispanic. Look around, right? All right, so let me get. Does your dad living at home with you? All right, let me get 66.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 66. It says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life."
So it says that your life shall hang in doubt. You shall have none assurance of thy life. Now, what group of people are scared every single day that they might get killed? Maybe by the police, maybe by another so-called black man, maybe by anybody. What group of people fear that way? Us black people, right? So these are curses in the Bible that are on the Israelites for not keeping the commandments of the Most High God, right? Because the so-called white man right here, he don't have no fear of somebody killing him. It's not gonna happen, right? But we have to fear that day in and day out. We have to fear that we might get a knee put on the back of our neck and we get choked out by the so-called police, right? We have to fear that they might come kick door in our house for no reason and shoot up the house, the police, right? You have to fear that your brothers who's supposed to love you might kill you because you got some shoes that he won. You understand what I'm saying? These are curses that are upon us, right? Let's get the main curse, Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships,
the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. So we got to understand something. Moses talking to them about when he just walked them out of Egypt, right? They didn't need ships to go into Egypt. They didn't need ships to come out of Egypt. So this word Egypt has a meaning in the Bible. It doesn't actually mean the land Egypt. The land Egypt was actually called Mizraim, but because of what went on in Egypt, they called it a certain thing, because Egypt in the Hebrew is Maratazaya, which means being between a rock and a hard place, being pretty much in bondage. So let's get that.
So this is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So it's saying that Egypt is
synonymous.
Egypt is synonymous with the word bondage. What's another word for bondage?
Slavery.
Captivity, slavery, right? Bondage. If you bonded, tied up, you understand what I'm saying? So you captive. So captivity, slavery, same words, right? So let's finish the scripture. Deuteronomy 28:68.
It says, but by thy way whereof I spake unto thee,
So
thou shalt see it.
It's going to happen the way that Moses is saying it's going to happen to him.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So whenever we get off these slave ships, we will be sold to our enemies for slave men and slave women. So what group of people went into slavery on slave ships? Black people. So if all these curses fit us, and there's many more curses, what would that mean? Who would we be? We would be Israelites.
Because he was talking to Israel.
He was talking to Israel. So we would be Israelites. So young man, what I'm trying to tell you today is that you are Israelite, right? You're not a black man. You're not a black man. You're not a Negro. You're not any of those things. You are actually an Israelite. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, one more scripture, and then you can go ahead and go on your way. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.